Heat race number 1 onto the track, as it looks like there's going to be 2 heat races. On the pole, that is going to be the number 11. Give me a second here, folks. These are not up on my race pass, so you're going to have to give me just a moment here. As it doesn't appear I have the 11 on here. Well, Brock Knopp, I know, is on the outside front row in the 69. That is Pudge Grable in the 5 to the inside of row number 2. Of course, Knopp in a 66 Chevelle. Grable, that's a 56 Chevy. Then, of course, you've got the 64 car. Don't have a number for him either. I apologize, folks. Oh, yes, we do. Todd Jansonius from Carroll is 64 Ford Galaxy. Of course, these cars, a lot of them are classic bodies on older stock car chassis. Right now it is Brock Knopp from Hancock, Iowa. As he has walked away. Of course, Larry Knopp usually drives that 66 Chevelle, and he has seen Van Wall Equipment Victory Lane several times in that car. Of course, you also had the 5 of Galen Pudge Grable. He also a multi-time winner in Van Wall Equipment, or parking in Van Wall Equipment Victory Lane. White flag is going to come out for Brock Knopp. Pudge Grable in second. Again, I do apologize. We do not have a stat sheet on the number 11 car. But we do know Todd Jansonius in that 64 Ford Galaxy now going to pass for third. As up front, it's going to be all Brock Knopp taking the win. That is going to be the 82 of Sean Lawler from Defiance in a 55 Chevy. Corey Campbell from Irwin in a 75 Nova will be in car 75 inside row 2. And I would say if there is a car that's going to go up against Pete Rasmussen's Chevelle for my favorite, it's got to be that one outside row number 2. Coming to us from Utica, Nebraska, that is a 67 Camaro driven by Bill Roast in the number 1. RPMs come up, and we are green. Of course, Roast car in the old familiar Gulf oil colors that used to adorn cars in Indianapolis and at Monaco, Le Mans, etc. back in the day. Usually you'd see them on a Ford GT40, but in this case, it's on a 67 Camaro. Pete Rasmussen up front. He's showing that Chevelle is not just a looker, she's a cooker too, as he has pulled away from the 82. Of course, the 82 again is Sean Lawler. Lonnie Campbell in second. Bill Roast rounding out the field. Oh, getting her a little crossed up, but keeping it going. Pete's Auto Repair, Andy's Auto, Gozer Labradors on the sides of that beautiful dark green 1369 Chevelle. Pete Rasmussen. Sean Lawler still second. Lonnie Campbell third. Bill Roast rounding out the field. As there's now going to be 2 laps to go, Chief Starter Matt Stubbe throws the green high in the sky. Looks like Lonnie Campbell has caught up to the back of the 82 of Lawler, possibly working a little bit of a pass maybe. Campbell bobbles just a little bit, going to lose the ground that he had made up on Lawler. But as they come through 3 and 4, it's going to be all Pistol Pete Rasmussen with the Heat 2 win. Uh-oh, a little smoke coming out of the back of Lawler's 82. He'll have to check that out. He'll finish second. Lonnie Campbell third, and Bill Roast rounds out your top 5. Father-daughter connection here in your Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Cars in 2021. Of course, Maddie, a solid run last week. She was able to get some seat time in, was getting faster each lap, held the car, held a good line, so get some more seat time under her belt. And we could be talking about Maddie Miller possibly getting in the mix with some of these bigger names here before too long. As they come through 3 and 4, green is out. We are racing. Whoa, Shadrick Spora just about took the rear bumper off of Joe Miller's car. Miller with the lead coming out too, but here comes Superman. Stuart Snyder from his 5th place starting spot, now right on the tail tank of the 53 of Miller. Miller is going to lead lap number 1. It's going to be Miller, Snyder, Spora, the 10G of Thomas, and the 4. That is the 4L of Hausman, moving up from dead last. Now it looks like the 88 of Jay Kinder going to take over that 5th place spot as Superman, big run off the high side. He gets right up to the right rear tire of Miller. Can't go any further. Miller hanging on as he's going to lead yet another lap with one of the heaviest hitters in the area right on his bumper. Now this time Snyder getting another good run. This time he pulls side by side with Miller as they dive on down into 3. Again, Miller able to hold him off through 3 and 4. Miller definitely has a better car in 3 and 4. Snyder the better car in 1 and 2. This time Snyder is going to make another run for it. Again, able to pull side by side, but that is it as we are halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Greg should make that 3 to go. And again, Miller leading another lap. Joe Miller, Sue Snyder having a great battle side by side as again this time as they go down to 3, slight advantage for Superman. Miller not able to break away this time as they come out. Oh, too close to call that lap with 2 laps to go. I'm not sure who led that one. They're going to come out at 2 again. This time Snyder with a half a car length advantage. Miller driving it deep. Down into 3 and 4. He's going to regain the lead with the white flag out. 1 lap to go for Joe Miller. Oh, Miller bobbles in the bottom side of 2. There goes Snyder. Snyder is going to take the lead. Miller's going to try drive by one more time. Not going to happen. Snyder's going to take his line. It is going to be Superman Stu Snyder with the win. Joe Miller second. Shadrick Spora third. Jay Kinder fourth. And Marcus Thomas rounding out the top 5. Well, looks like Steve Hurst not able to make the call. That is going to move Clayton Christensen to the pole, Rick Hansen to the inside of row 2, and Monty Ferreira to the inside of row number 3. And it looks like we have Brett Clabundi tagging on to the back of this heat race. Brett Klabundy, the rookie. Green is out. We are racing, and it's going to be the big bull. Clayton Christensen with the early advantage. Here comes Fredrickson. Fredrickson to the inside of Helget. Not going to happen. Helget better run off the high side. He's going to retain that second place spot. Oh, hit a little bit of a hole there in two, or going into three. That is going to allow Devin Fredrickson to get by for second. Fredrickson now trying to go to the whip, see if he can catch up to that 1cc of Clayton Christensen from Spencer. Christensen, a former modified hot shoe, always wanted to run sprint cars. A few years back, decided to get himself a RaceSaver and has not looked back since. It is Christensen, Fredrickson. Ferreira now up to third, Helget to fourth. And the 36, Rick Hansen, rounding out that top five. Brett Klabundy getting by Tim Freaky for sixth. Now we got a battle up front as, yes, new leader. That is Devin Fredrickson. Fredrickson up to the point. Christensen now falls back to second, goes from the hunted to the hunter as he is trying to go to the whip, but right now Fredrickson just too strong as he is starting to gap the 1cc of Christensen. We're coming down to 3 laps to go this time by. Once again, it is Fredrickson, Christensen, Ferreira, Helget, and Hansen. That is your top 5. Green flag going in the air in the hands of Chief Starter Matt Stubbe. 2 laps to go. Top 3 have definitely pulled way away from the 03 of Helget. Helget island on himself as there is a large gap between him and the 36 Rick Hansen. White flag coming out for the 2, Devin Fredrickson. 3/8 of a mile to go. Heading down the back stretch. Sliding it through 3 and 4. Oh, and caution is out. I do believe that is the 62 of Tim Fricky. Take a look. Indeed it is, and the left front wheel is gone off of that car. The 03 of Chris Helget in fourth, and the 36 of Rick Hansen rounding out the top 5. And the green is out. We are back to racing. Devin Fredrickson with a sizable advantage going down into 1, as now it looks like Ferrari is going to go to work on the 1cc of Christensen. Not quite going to be able to make it. Matt Stubbe getting ready to hang the laundry out. White flag in the air for Devin Fredrickson. 3/8 of a mile left to go. As they head through 3 and 4, Devin Fredrickson, your winner. Clayton Christensen second, Monty Ferreira third, Chris Helget fourth. And the 36 of Rick Hansen rounding out your field. And to his outside, the 64 of Todd Jansonius from Carroll, and rounding out the field, that is the 1 of Bill Roast from Utica, Nebraska. Now, Todd Jansonius, interesting story about him, ladies and gentlemen. He used to race here years ago when we had the big 6/10 mile track. You'll see exhaust pros on the side of his 64 Ford Falcon. That's because he is the owner of Todd's Exhaust Pros in Carroll. Years ago, for those of you that remember, Crawford County Speedway had a truck class. It was smaller S10s, Rangers, etc. Todd Jansonius would come over in his number 5 Exhaust Pros Ford Ranger, and he would regularly whoop up on that class. So nice to see Todd Jansonius back in racing, and I'm not a Ford fan, but that car is absolutely gorgeous, and great to see Todd back here at the Crawford County Speedway for sure. So 8 laps going to be the distance for your Midwest vintage cars. Again, it is Grable and Corey Campbell on the pole. Looks like Lonnie Campbell not able to make the call, so he will not be out here for the feature. We are green. And it's going to be Corey Campbell getting around the outside of Pudge Grable. Now Pudge going to battle back to the inside. Not quite going to have enough stuff to do it. 75 Nova versus a 56 Chevy shoebox. Meanwhile, here comes the 69 of Knopp. Remember, Larry Knopp usually drives that car and has won several times in it. Right now, it's the next generation, Brock Knopp, currently wheeling that car as he gets by Pudge Grable. Meanwhile, here comes Pistol Pete Rasmussen. Rasmussen trying to get to the outside of the 5 of Grable as Grable is now pinned to the inside. His car not exactly liking that. Oh, Knopp. He took a look to the inside of Campbell, not quite able to do it. Meanwhile, Rasmussen able to get by Knopp for that third place spot. He is going to go to work on both the 75 and the 69 of Campbell and Knopp, respectively, as he puts that beautiful 69 Chevelle on the high, wide, and handsome Kenny Wallace line. As he is going to get by Knopp, and now he's going to start knocking on the back door of Corey Campbell in the 1975 Nova, number 75. As we are going to be halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go this time around. Once again, Corey Campbell, Pete Rasmussen, Brock Knopp, the 5 of Pudge Grable, and the 82 Sean Lawler. That is your top 5 right now. 3 laps to go. Your Midwest Vintage Association vintage cars. Now we got a battle for the lead as Pistol Pete's going to go hang around high, wide, and around the outside. Give Rasmussen the lead as he's going to come down and see 2 laps to go. Pistol Pete Rasmussen now puts Corey Campbell to the second place spot as Campbell now goes from the hunted to the hunter, but he is in the clutches of both Brock Knopp and the 5 of Pudge Grable. Knopp able to get around the 75 of Campbell. Now Grable trying to get to the inside of Campbell, cannot get that 56 shoebox to stick. Knopp almost on the 3-wheel motion in that big, heavy 67 or 66 Chevelle. Oh no, and Sean Lawler up in smoke. His night will be done. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Pistol Pete Rasmussen with the win. Brock Knopp in second. Third is going to go to Corey Campbell. And Pudge Grable is going to round out in fourth. Your final competitor is going to be Bill Roast from Utica, Nebraska, in that beautiful 67 Charger. And I'll tell you, the further through the pits that 82 car is going, the more smoke is coming out of it. Right now, I'm even having a hard time seeing the scoreboard lit up. Actually, correction. Looks like he has actually pulled a pit side. Unfortunately, Clayton Christensen done before the race even starts. So tough break for the big bull, Clayton Christensen. But ladies and gentlemen, the caution lights are now out. We are ready to go 20 laps in your Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car feature. These cars click off laps fast, so don't blink, you will miss it. Shadrick Spora, Chris Helgett lead them down to the field. We're green. And it's going to be Spora leading them through 1 and 2. Here comes Superman Stuart Snyder as he gets under Helget for second. Now he's on the rear tail tank of Spora. Now he's going to go to the inside of 3 and 4. Spora, Snyder, gives Snyder lap number 1. Superman picking up right where he left off the last 2 weeks, actually most of the season to be really honest. That's why he has the current points lead. Snyder now pulling away, gapping Spora. Looks like sitting in third right now, that is going to be the 88 of Jay Kinder. Fourth and fifth being contested right now. That is Ferreira, who is going to take over fourth spot. That'll move Chris Helget back to fifth. As we are already 3 laps down. And Superman already leaving the key on the counter as he is checking out, walking away. Give it about another 3 laps. He is going to be into lap traffic as he is going to come up on Steve Hurst and 28 of Matty Miller. And indeed, forget the 3 laps. Stu Snyder is there, leader in lap traffic already as we are 5 laps down, 15 to go. He is going to get by Hurst without any issue. Tuck in behind Matty Miller. Now going to try and go to the inside, and indeed is going to pass Miller with no issue. Chadrick Spora, who is sitting in second right now, he is now going to try to swing high, wide around the outside of Hurst and is going to get by. As the field now deep into lap traffic. Next up is going to be Tim Freaky on the hit parade for Stu Snyder. Looking back a little ways, looks like Marcus Thomas has been able to get around the 03 of Helget. Oh, Helget every which way but straight. Actually caught the mud down the inside, almost spun himself out. Now he's in the clutches of the 2 of Devin Fredrickson. Fredrickson going to get by. Meanwhile, Stuart Snyder has now gotten around Fricky, now trying to get around the 77 of Clubundy. Going to get by Clubundy without any issue. Next up is going to be the 36 of Rick Hansen. As Spora now coming up on the back bumper of the 62 of Tim Fricky. He's going to get by Fricky without any issue, but Spora had better get to cracking on the whip as the 88 of Jay Kinder is now just about caught up with Spora. That would be a battle for second. Here comes Monty Ferreira. Ferreira also just 1 lap car between him and Jay Kinder. As Stu Snyder has now gotten by the 36 of Hansen. He has a whole passel of lap cars in front, but wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. The 88, Jay Kinder, your 4th place runner, has spun, as has the 2 of Devin Fredrickson. All right, so we're going to try that start again. This time, better start. Matt Stubbe drops the green, 9 laps to go. Monty Ferreira able to get by Chadrick Spora for second. As Superman has set sail once again. Apparently Lois Lane is in trouble, and he's got to go save her again as he is walking away, absolutely leaving the field behind. But then again, as I say that, here comes Ferreira. Ferreira has a car under him all of a sudden. As caution is back out for Joe Miller. And it looks like another car. I'm not sure who the other one is, though. Caution lights, are out. We're back to green flag racing, and Spora did not get a good start as he is going to lose third and fourth to Thomas and Fredrickson respectively, put him back to fifth. Meanwhile, Jay Kinder coming back up through the field as he was trying to get around the 03 of Helget, not quite able to do it. Right now it is Snyder with a sizable advantage over Ferreira. Then it is Thomas, Fredrickson, and Spora, the rest of your top five. 6 laps to go. Can Stuart Snyder make it 3 in a row? Right now, the smart money would say yes. We'll see if Ferreira can find that same magic that he had started to find before the last caution. 5 laps to go. If he's going to find it, he better find it in a quick hurry, though. As Snyder about to run away and get lost in lap traffic again and again. Caution out. Car stalled, turn 1. Oh, and that is the 03 of Chris Helget. Unfortunately, car stopped. No fire under the hood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we were at time limit. That means that the yellow and checkered came out. So that means your winner 3 weeks in a row is going to be Superman Stuart Snyder. Monty Ferreira will be second. Marcus Thomas in third, with the 2 of Devin Fredrickson in fourth, and Shadrick Spora rounds out your top 5.